Selfish people. Not monsters, but they might as well be. Every culture has legends about creatures that take, consume, and drain. But in real world, they don't hide in oceans, forests, or shadows. They hide behind smiles. And the first one walks quietly, the mirror taker. A person who never listens, not because they don't hear you, but because your words are merely mirrors for their own. Talk about your day, they flip into theirs. Share a win, they raise you one. Share a pain, they somehow hurt more. It's not cruelty, it's gravity. Your world just bends around theirs. They don't steal your time. They make you give it willingly, thinking connection is happening. But you don't leave the conversation feeling lighter. Not in a good way. More like something was taken. And the scariest part? They never notice. How could they? They only see reflections of themselves. But the mirror taker is only the first, because some selfish people don't talk you empty, plan you empty. The soft manipulator looks gentle, feels gentle, is anything but gentle. They don't shout, they don't threaten, they don't suggest, they imply, they hint. You don't realize you are being moved until you are already at the destination. A place that benefits them, weakens you, and somehow feels like your idea. They use guilt. They use guilt the way magicians use smoke. They use kindness the way hunters use bait. Their selfishness is wrapped in gratitude, apologies, and I don't want to ask, but they're the most dangerous kind of selfish. The kind that convinces you they're generous. But even smoke clears. And when it does, a louder creature steps forward, the spotlight predator. They don't want attention, they require it. Their approval is a currency, their ego is a furnace, and every person around them is just firewood. If you succeed, they feel smaller. If you shine, they dim. If you are praised, they suffocate. So they do what predators do. They hunt the spotlight. They interrupt, they exaggerate, they manufacture drama like storms manufacture thunder. You weren't competing, but they were. They always are. And when you finally grow tired of their demands, they'll accuse you of changing, abandoning, or being selfish. That's their greatest power, reversing the story. But some selfish people don't seek attention or control. Some seek something much quieter and colder. The emotional leech. Not loud, not toxic, just draining. They latch onto your empathy like it's a feeding tube. Your advice becomes their comfort. Your reassurance becomes their oxygen. Your energy becomes their life support. They bring every problem to your doorstep, but never bring a solution of their own. You become therapist, savior, and shield, all without signing up for the job. And the worst part, you care. That's how they survive. But eventually, your empathy burns out, and a different type of selfish person rises from the ashes. One that doesn't drain you emotionally, but erases you entirely. The silent taker. No drama, no manipulation, no guilt, just absence. Missing when you need them. Busy when you hurt. Unavailable unless there's something in it for them. They take by never giving. They hurt by never showing. They disappear until it benefits them to reappear. Cold, simple, efficient. Some selfish people destroy you loudly. The silent taker destroys you quietly through the space where they should have been. But selfishness isn't always villainy. Sometimes it's just imbalance. Sometimes it's a fear. Sometimes it's a habit. Because every selfish people shares one truth. They don't see themselves as selfish, only surviving. And that's the final creature, the self-justifier, the rarest, the most convincing, the most human. They believe they deserve more time, more attention, more forgiveness because the world has wronged them, because they had no choice, because you just don't understand. They rewrite their own story until they are always the victims, never the villains. They build a morality where everything they take is fair and everything you ask for is too much. You can't argue with them. You can't reason with them because they've built a universe where there are the heroes. And selfishness is a simple survival. Selfish people aren't mythical creatures, but they might as well be Because they leave marks you can't see, scars you can't bleed. And just like legends, their power depends on belief. The moment you stop feeding them, their world collapses. In the end, it's not the selfish people you should fear, it's forgetting your own worth in the process. If you made it this far, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me which type of selfish person you've met in real life, or which one you used to be, because every creature is a real if you've survived it.